Yeah, obviously it's disappointing. I thought we really did quite well in the second half. I felt like we could definitely get a few more goals. We created good opportunities. Obviously, they had a couple good chances, but I think that it was, to be honest, a tale of two halves. I thought they played really well in the first half, and then I thought we kind of bumped it up a notch and created a couple of really good chances in the second. So, yeah, obviously, really disappointing.
Lauren, just thinking about, obviously, kind of coming back and just really putting in that performance, just down to the final minutes, like, how would you describe just the team's grit, or just maybe what you saw that you were most proud of, or just, made you really just proud to be on this team?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously, coming into halftime, I think that we obviously wanted to push for goals, being down 2-1. I think, we felt we could win this game still. And I think that that's important for us, to still having that belief regardless of the score. And I think we worked hard. I think people put in good tackles. Yeah, I think we pressed well. I think we had some really good opportunities off the press, which was impressive in the second half. Turned them over quite a bit in their defensive third, which was great for us. So I think it's just finishing those opportunities when we get them, but creating those chances is a positive note for sure.
Tyler, go ahead.
Yeah, Lauren, Taylor talked a lot about mentality kind of being the issue in that first half, and she thought it had a nice switch to being more aggressive in that second half you mentioned. Is that how you saw that change happen, or what did you see?
Yeah, definitely. I felt like we were getting stuck in more, winning first and second balls. I think we were definitely like locking them into one side. So I think in the first half, what was killing us was the switch. And I think that we did a really good job in the second half of locking them to a side and then getting numbers and then countering, which was great. And then having the numbers to do so. So having numbers in the box, I think getting into a high build and switching the point of attack, I think was great for us, and getting a couple of really good opportunities in that way.
Where do you think you all could be better in terms of possession and maybe connecting a few more passes in a build up when you do get a turnover or an opportunity? Because it felt like in that first half when you did get possession, you just kind of either gave it away quickly or wasted a chance or two.
Yeah, I mean, I think that in transition, you obviously always want to connect the first pass, but I think we also need to have numbers for support. So connecting into our high players and then supporting underneath to then get numbers. I think right now it's obviously hard when you only have one player high. So connecting underneath and then allowing more players to get into the high build is important for us, and just get more numbers around the ball. So I think be able to hold the ball up wasn't something we were doing super well in the first half. And I think it progressed really well in the second half, and we were able to get higher up the pitch and get better numbers around the ball.
You're someone who's seen a lot of soccer, 2 road games in 4 days, particularly going to Seattle, which is always a tough place to play after going to Angel City. How do you try and keep the confidence of some of the younger players up after a game like this, where you come back but still end up dropping it?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I think this environment is tough, and I think that obviously three game weeks are really tough on mind and body, and obviously being away from home is tough as well. But I think that if we want to continue to progress as a team, it's that mentality piece that I spoke about earlier, and that I'm sure Taylor spoke about, and that Bev has spoken about. And I think I've spoken about this before too, but it's water off a duck's back. Like, we have to look at what we did well and the things we can improve and take it to the next game. And we kind of have to keep climbing at this point. So I think that it's picking up the things that we did really well and like putting that in a bag and then picking off that and being like, that is something we did really well, and continuing to like harp on that, but also knowing that like, okay, we have things we can improve, and just like spinning it in a way that's not like all bad or not super detrimental to like our thought process.
That's all I have. Thanks, Lauren.